Hi guys, I want to make sugar butter toast. I actually made some earlier, but they got burnt. Oh, and I need to get my charger. Not my charger, like my connector, my adapter, because it's European and I'm in South Africa, and it's upstairs. So let me just quickly. What do I need? Adapter. Hey guys, I'm back. I'm gonna go plug this. And I need to show you guys the toast I made, because we won't even talk about it. My air fryer is really tiny. It's suited for a minuscule girl like me. So let me get butter. We got the butter and the butter and the butter. And then we need sugar. What I really like about this recipe is that it's so simple. It's literally the most simple thing ever. I'm gonna get the bowl I already used. Call me dirty, I don't care. I know you're healthy wherever you are. So yeah, deal with your own. Okay. It really doesn't matter how much you put, hey? Let me just show you the mini fit check. I'll show you how my fit looks properly. And just like get a proper dollop of butter. This is so unhealthy, but I think I deserve it. Because today, I literally made a plan with a friend and I was meant to shoot photos of him. But then I was like, oh, okay, it would be really nice to speak about like healing, like in a podcast kind of like way, because that's what I've been doing recently. I've been healing. This is how it looks. That was clumsy of me. See? Yeah. So I've been healing a lot of like trauma wounds, whether it's like abandonment issues or rejection or like boundaries being crossed and my own lack of like self boundaries being enforced, and I'm trying to like learn how to communicate that, which is like what I ended up having to do with my friend and be like, hey, there's 2 times where we've made a plan and you haven't, what's the word? There's no bread. There's no bread. How? Oh, maybe there is actually. Lol. Literally, my granny told me that he was getting bread. I said granny, and then I was like, but I'm talking about a man. But granny is granny. It's the gran of the parent. It don't matter. So I have Albany bread, as if that makes a difference. But like, I know Americans love to do that. They like to tell us the brand that they're using there, thinking that us here, we have that. So tell us, do you have any Albany there? So this is from the fridge. I told my grandpa to put it in the fridge because he bought bread when there was like another one. And then he was like, oh, I have to give it away. And I was like, give it away. No, I'm a munch, okay? And here I am munching. See, I'm true to my word. And then I was like, put it in the deep freezer. And he was like, yeah, the fridge is fine. I said, the deep freezer is better. I was like, deep freezer? Ooh, never heard of that. And I was like, sir, just trust me. It's still gonna remain fresh. It's the freshest when it's from the freezer. So I have like a thumping in my ear. Like, you know what? Never mind. So actually, my friend Georgia, who's from Ireland, was actually in South Africa like 2 weeks ago, who I had to see when she came, taught me about this. And I think that's why I'm like doing it a lot more now, because I haven't done it in like 3 years. Like, that's when she taught me. So I think I was like obsessed with it the first time she taught me about it, and then I forgot about it. So I think like just seeing her reminded me of it. Another thing she really likes is Red Bull. That girl loves. See, this is all buttered up. And then because my thing is so small, and like if I put on both sides, the other side is just gonna leak. So face it up, and then we're ready for the air fryer. See, the only thing that's really annoying about this is that, what's annoying? The air fryer is gonna take a gazillion years. Let me actually see if I can put it in the microwave, because the microwave has like a crispy setting. So let's see. Should I take that out? I feel like I should also find like something to plate it on if I want to do the bottom as well. Nah, let me just do the top. Actually, I'll put this one in the microwave. I'm so sorry guys, if you're like someone who like got stimulated over by like my lack of decision making, I'm sorry. Well, clearly the butter was not enough. The butter and the sugar. So like you really eyeball it. I think it's better to put less than too much, because I would hate to not know what to do with the rest, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just gonna add more. So wait, I swear I was talking about my friend. My friend like kind of stood me up today and like continued plans with other people that he had planned with yesterday. I feel sorry, like yesterday I was speaking about him, but yesterday I was speaking about him in a positive way. And like, this is still positive. I guess I'm learning about my boundaries, and I really like that if I'm consistent with someone and I avail myself emotionally for them, that reciprocated. So I was just really bummed out that like I have been sidelined. And I think like my natural response to this before like my healing journey would be, I'd just be like, yeah, let's like let's plan again, it's okay, and just like be very like giving with my, what do you call it, emotional energy, even if I feel tired or depleted or feel like there's certain boundaries that are being crossed. Whereas like now I'm just learning to like really not take that. Like if I feel like you're crossing my boundaries, or you're not like respecting time that I'm respecting you with, like if I'm giving you my time and you can't give me the same when we've agreed on that time, then I'm just like, no, I don't appreciate this, because it takes a lot of like energy to specifically decide who you're going to give or what you're going to give your energy to. Do you know what I mean? Because I just like to just chill on my computer. I'm learning like tech games these days. I'm all over the place. Forgive me, guys. Okay, let's see. Function! Let's see, okay. Start. This is microwave. This is crisp. This is forced air. This is crispy fry. What is the difference between crisp and crispy fry? I'll say crisp. And then duration, no. Let's say 5 minutes. Okay, let's see. 3:30. I did 3:30. Just in case. Now we wait. But as we wait, we make tea because your girl likes tea. And it's like autumn here in South Africa. So, oh yeah. There's also no water where we're staying. Well, not that there's no water, but they're fixing their water pipes. I think they're cleaning them out. That is what I gathered. So we have to do things the old school way, which I kind of appreciate, which sounds a bit European of me, because it's like, oh my God, you're like romanticizing like African suffering, but I'm African, and I've just like learned to appreciate how systems work. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the West really like hastened the process of how things work. Like, sure, they figured out how things work fast, and you know, we have showers with hot water now instead of like having to boil water and put it in a bucket and then bath from there. But well, that's what we're doing now, having no water. But it's beautiful to see how a system works, like the beginning of the system to the end of the system, which is like the same kind of like tool I'm using for my healing, because today I'm craving 5 roses. I'm using the same system because basically I'll recognize an emotion or experience, like maybe like if something happens, I'll be like, I'm feeling rejected right now, right? And I'll be like, okay, but where is it from? Let's see, guys. See, it's like bubbling. I hope you can see. Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like if I'm experiencing like rejection, I'll be like, okay, the word of what I'm feeling right now is rejection. And then I'll be like, okay, when have you experienced rejection? And then I'll think back to like a few moments when I've experienced rejection, and then I'll be like, okay, but you didn't give this feeling to yourself. At which point, especially in your younger years and especially by caregivers, did you feel rejected? And then I'll think of an experience and then I'll name it. I'll be like, oh, there was a specific moment when this person did this to me. And maybe an accumulation of other things have happened. And then I'll tell myself, but you didn't cause that to yourself. So you're not someone who's meant to be rejected. You're meant to be received. You're meant to be loved. But they rejected you and then you internalized it. It is a voice that came from other people that was enforced into you, and through repetition and through verbal repetition, your subconscious mind gathers things and creates a feeling out of them. And so when you're feeling rejected, I mean here, so there's a whole system of feeling rejected, but there's a place where that rejection came from. Somebody gave it to me, somebody who maybe have felt rejected themselves, but we're not dealing, it smells. Hold on, let me open the door. It burned kind of. It didn't burn, but like the middle burned. Let me show you. What the hell? Okay, I don't think the microwave is oh yeah, the plate is hot. I forget about that. Okay, hold on. Let me go get, hold on. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, like you being rejected, we're not gonna focus on why they rejected you or like what they experienced, although that is empathetic to like be able to do. And I do that sometimes. However, in this case, let me focus. Understand that it was not you who created the notion that you were rejected. It was somebody else who rejected you. Somebody maybe who was responsible. This is hilarious. It's even stuck on the plate. Somebody who was maybe responsible for taking care of you and didn't have like the tools to know how to care for you. And so they did what they know best, which is to reject you because they possibly reject themselves. And so you learned that, oh, okay, I'm not deserving of any love. I will always be rejected. I'll never be appreciated. Is this done? Oh, no, it's not done. But let me see how it is. Oh, yeah, so this is not ready yet, but I just want to show you how this like looks better. Like it's a bit golden. Let me just continue it. Yeah, so that person may have not have had the tools to know how to really take care of you and nurture you in the way that you deserve. Did I put sugar here? I don't remember putting sugar. Let me put sugar. And so whenever other people rejected you, your peers, your workmates, whenever you felt uninvited, there's just like small actions that like reinforce that narrative that like, oh, you're rejected, or like people don't like you. Let me taste this. Yeah, this is black as hell. No flavor whatsoever. Anyways, yeah, so yeah, I just kind of like look at that and I'm like, okay, you felt rejected in this instance by this person who was meant to be there for you in this way. And so now you feel that the whole world is against you. And every time you're in like a social environment, you keep quiet because you feel like you should keep quiet because your voice won't be heard, because you will be rejected and you won't be received with love and affection and care. Where sometimes that's not even the case, Like, oftentimes people don't know how to like make someone who's felt rejected feel included. I think it's just human nature. People just don't know how to do that. Unless they themselves have experienced rejection and they've trained themselves on how to like be there for someone else. So like if they see that you're quiet, they like, not even just quiet, but like you're the person in the friend group who's like always like lagging behind, they kind of like reverse and kind of like speak to you and ask how you're feeling, That type of person has also like experienced the same trauma that you have. So they know how to be there for you, or they've taken on the tools to be a better person for somebody else, probably because they never experienced that themselves. So there are people out there, but like the typical person, where even if they've experienced it, this is so funny to me. They just don't know how to be there for someone else because maybe they don't even know that there's tools to do that. So I guess like what I'm trying to say is that like when you've experienced rejection and you name that emotion, you name where it came from, you have to start now reparenting yourself and be like, No, but you don't deserve to be treated like that. You didn't deserve that experience. But now I'm here to show you a better path of what it means to be received, how to be welcomed without judgment. I want you to express yourself, and you deserve to be received. You deserve to be loved. And that's the thing, like, you need to understand that you deserve good things and you did not deserve the bad things, especially if it's not punishment. Like, you didn't deserve to just be treated badly as a child who, you know, just needed to be held. And so you have to be that parent for yourself and be like, look, I'll hold you because I love you. And even if nobody in the world was to love you, I will continue to love you because I will never leave you again. Because the thing is, when you've been rejected, you tend to start rejecting yourself and being like, oh yeah, I don't deserve friends around me, nobody loves me, I'm not likable, I'm not a good friend. Like, you really like feel like, even when I say this, I'm not feeling it, I'm just saying words, but like, because I know that like your subconscious doesn't know the difference between a joke and not a joke, but I'm not feeling this, and the subconscious mind is fed on things that you can feel. So once you start saying, look, I'm going to take care of you, I'm going to be there for you, I'm going to make sure that you're not rejected, your subconscious mind receives that. And when you have a feeling towards it, because I have a feeling towards it, have a feeling of nurture towards myself, the self that has been rejected, my subconscious, I started parenting myself, and I'm like, look, when people treat you like that, you need to tell them that, no, I don't deserve to be treated like that. You know, when a boss or whatever, or somebody in a shop treats you really badly, be like, no. And you train yourself slowly and surely. The more people who you experience do this, and you actually use the tools that you're giving yourself, telling yourself how you should be treated, and reminding yourself to remind others of how to be treated, and saying these things out loud, will have people start respecting you. Actually, I've actually had so many experiences of this where I'd been bullied, and then I finally spoke up to my bully, and then they actually started respecting me. But because I was young, ooh, that's how it should look. Okay, yeah, let me go back. So I've put the other one in now. Yeah, I've had so many instances where somebody like bullied me, and then I like spoke up, and then they started respecting me. But I didn't know the systems, so I didn't know that that's a thing. That like when you speak to someone back, no matter how shaky your voice is. I remember like this one instance. I don't know what like some girl was saying to me, but she was an absolute bitch. Like, she treated me so badly, and I just finally like said something back, and she was like taken aback, you know, and she just never did it again. But the reason that is that you're letting somebody know how to treat you now. So you're not letting them treat you how they feel like treating you based on how they have been treated. You're telling them like, no, don't speak to me like that. I'm a human being as well, and I have some words to say too. And they really like receive that. But some, they'll try again, definitely, because that's their default setting, you know. But the system that I didn't understand was, look, when you tell people how to treat you, and you're determined in it because you know you deserve to be treated better, people start treating you better. That's something. Oh, I think I'm done. Actually, I cleared the whole thing. That's a slay. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of just like how like I've had moments where like I'll speak passionately. Like, there's a time I was like popular for like speaking about like self-confidence. I wasn't popular in the whole internet, as in like, no, not everybody knew me, but like I grew a significant amount of followers from speaking about body positivity. And I guess to like some degree I thought it was luck, but it was my determination and my confidence in how I spoke and how I meant what I was saying. Because like I go to gym now, but I'm also like still about like, I love my body how it is. I just want to like improve how it is. But people saw that, and they saw that like that courage, and they saw the resilience, and they saw the determination and the truth in my voice, which is why they liked what I was saying. But then I would go through some other moments of like proper self-doubt, because what I was saying there, I had so much confidence in what I was saying, which is what enticed people to listen. Then I would have moments of self-doubt. And this is how the system operates again. So when you feed yourself a positive narrative, eventually your subconscious mind takes it in and you really start to believe it, and you start attracting people who believe it as well, and they start reinforcing the same things to you, and they don't speak negatively to you about your body. They stop saying, oh my god, you're so fat, oh my god, you have stretch marks, oh my god, because you filtered out the noise and you have created or emboldened. So you know, like how like on Word or whatever text you're writing, you can add the bold thing on top. You have boldened out your words and be like, be confident in your body. Nobody should talk shit to you. When they talk shit to you, understand that they have their own insecurities and it's not for you to take it. I had so much confidence in saying that, people understood it, and so my subconscious, because it believed it, started filtering out the people who would say negative things, and I started gravitating towards people who would say positive things. Does that make sense? So it's a whole body filtering system where how you speak to yourself and about yourself and how you are there for yourself will then invite people who do the same things. And when you create boundaries and when you speak on how something makes you feel and how you don't appreciate that, and you would appreciate if somebody gave you more respect and spoke to you in a more kind manner, and you're just very certain that what they did was wrong, you don't appreciate that because you have a self-knowing now. Your subconscious mind takes that in and starts to know you based on the programming that you're giving it about yourself, the narrative that you're feeding it about yourself. When you put on a record player in the TV, before the TV had the record player, it was blank. Now that it had the record player, it plays what the record player has. So be the record player. Tell yourself kind words. Tell yourself that you're not going to tolerate shit. Hug yourself, parent yourself, put it in the TV, and all you're going to see is kindness and love and hugging, okay? That's just how it works. That's how your system works. That's how your subconscious mind works. And so again, let's just go back to the very beginning. You're feeling rejected. Understand where that came from. That's dismantling the system altogether. Who gave that to you? It's not to hate them, but to understand that they themselves may have possibly been hurt, and they just gave you what they knew. That's just what they knew. But you didn't deserve that. And so you're now on a journey to start reparenting yourself and telling yourself what you do deserve. You deserve love. You deserve to be welcomed. You deserve to be invited. You deserve to be in spaces where people cherish you. You deserve to be in spaces where people welcome you. You deserve to be in spaces where people choose you first without you having to ask to be chosen. That, my friends, will go into your subconscious mind, and then it'll filter out the people who don't do that for you, and it'll start inviting people in who do that for you. Because now you know you deserve it. And that you need to know deep within your heart that you deserve it. Inside. Fuck with me and I'll show you what's up. I used to cry when people, funny story. There's a time I was walking with my cousins. Keep in mind, they're younger than me. Let's see. So I'm obviously not going to eat this at the same time because I want to eat it hot. And this is going to take forever. But there's a time I'm walking with my cousins, and one of them was angry at me, and they leave me behind, but then all of them leave me behind, and I start feeling like, oh my god, I'm being abandoned, oh my god. And like, once you take in these like feelings very deeply and you feel, oh my god, pain can be the most addictive feeling. Pain is so addictive, guys. I'm not sure why, but like when you feel it, you just like, it's like you thrive in that pain. Anyway, so I walked ahead of them, and instead of being like, what the hell, I don't deserve to be treated like that, Madama started crying. It's not bad to cry. Like, I still cry now, but like, what I'm trying to say is like, I didn't take what they were doing as like being bad, and I took it as like, I'm being treated how I'm always treated, you know? Like, it's like a thing in my life to just always be treated like this. So I wasn't on some, yo, I don't like how you guys are doing this because we're meant to be walking together, but you guys are walking ahead, you know? That's not really, you guys are like leaving me behind because, you know, and when I was stuff like that outside, it was like, okay, so you guys are like walking ahead of me, no, you know, like on some, yeah. A lot of people, unfortunately, they don't respect you when you're just sad and self-pitying. They're just like, okay, you have to be sad. We don't care. They really don't give a fuck. But I also just like make it a point to like now be away with people who actually don't even be conscious of your actions, guys. If you're leaving someone behind, are you not conscious? or you're purposely doing it, that says a lot about you. So yeah, that's how it is. Let's hear. I can't even tear it. Okay. Wow, so good to my heart, to my soul. Thanks, Georgia. Anyway, I cried, and guess what? Because I was self-pitying, they just kind of like saw me as weak, and subconsciously would always try to be dickheads to me, never include me, you know. And so I found myself like doing the most for just to be appreciated, but that just makes them treat you even worse. Wow. Life deserves to taste this good. I deserve sweetness in my life. I deserve luxury. Okay? I deserve stuff like all the suffering. I wasn't born for this suffering. Keep in mind, I used to say shit like this before, but I don't think I used to entirely believe it. Now, I say this shit and I mean it. Because in no way I've suffered enough in this life. Suffering is not for me. It's not even for my enemies. They deserve soft life too. Fuck, it's too hot now. While I'm hot, it's okay. I can handle the heat. So, I say this all to say, when my friend chose other friends over me right now, I was a bit bummed. Now, I'm thriving. Guys, I'm thriving. Do you know why? Because instead of wallowing in the pain, I've done something beneficial for me. I fed right back into myself. My energy wasn't out there for them. My energy remains for me. And that's what you need to understand. I see people do this. Also, I have like serious static electricity. I don't know if it's like the shoes I wear indoors or what, but the electricity is staticking. Oh, you can't see me. Hold on. I hope you can see all of me. Yeah. Choking is not allowed in this household. Choking. Hear that crunch? I'm a crunch monster. I deserve love. I've suffered too much. You know, I'm so funny. I have chased away love so many times. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. I think the bread is just so sweet that now the tea in comparison is like, oh, brother. I'm so sorry for my sniffling, guys. But I'm human, so I shouldn't be apologizing. However, it's just so fucking cold here. Like, it's only hotter when I'm freezing. Like, what is this? Just stay down! Yeah, you should be ready by now. Okay? I'll just finish my other bread. Oh yeah, I used to chase away love. I thought I was not deserving of it. Because a lot of my experiences were comprised of my caregivers not giving me love. Or proper love. So, it was only when I experienced negative stuff and I was like, yeah, I deserve this one. Come on, baby. And let me tell you, those niggas would, not even just men, women, everybody would dribble me. Because that's what I thought I deserved, right? Shitty treatment from shitty people who've got deserved, not deserved, who've gotten shitty treatment as well. So, they also like to be treated really badly. It's just the kink at that point. Suffering is the kink for many people. What is it? Masochists. Yeah. And then masochists turn into sadists for other masochists. It's just how the game goes. You deserve love. And you deserve happiness. And you deserve to be included. And you deserve honor for your presence, for your body. You hear that? It's time you declare that you deserve all of these things. Stay still, buddy. This mic doesn't want to stay still. There. I just want to cut this bitch. Oh. I'm dead. I thought the mic was still on me. No. Okay, you need to breathe. She's still too soft. I don't like her soft. I like her hard. All of you dirty beings. You took on what you heard. I just said I like her hard. Am I tripping? Am I really tripping? Oh, I thought they were playing my favorite show. I'm so sorry, guys. I keep apologizing. Y'all don't deserve an apology for my existence. Hey, somebody needs to sniffle. They sniffle. Jeez. All of you judgmental beings watching over the screen. Would you look? It's taking so long. I don't have patience. I'm eating from my lips. Don't judge me. I'm just a hungry African child. Yo, guys, this is the start of crazery. Hey, Bana. These things take forever. Hey, look how soft it is inside. Hold on. You wanna hear? All the silence is so unnerving, isn't it? Again. So when I was young, I used to hear people chewing. So funny. But when I chew, I don't sound like that. And I was like, does that sound the same for everybody? Like when they chew, do they hear it with inside them, like how I'm hearing it? Or do they hear it nicely as I hear other people chew? Does that make sense? Like, I used to just really be bothered by the fact that I feel like my chew, I can hear it in a different way than I can hear another person's chew. Because their chew is external and I can hear my chew internally. That used to bother the heck out of me. And I'm finally going to prove from this video by listening to my chew that it sounds like an outside chew. And that's on chewdom. That was too soft. I'm really getting bothered by the texture of this. Like, all these grains of sugar are just really bothering me. It's giving me trypophobia. I wonder if I've always been this crazy. Like, I know I am. But like, just imagine how safe the environment has to be for me to be this crazy. Like, it has to be extremely safe. And I show craziness all the time. But like, I guess I'm just like super aware of it now. Because I haven't let the side of me come out in a minute. Yeah. It annoys some people. Fuck them niggas. I don't give a fuck. Crazy. I want y'all to hear every chew. Like Jimmy Choo. Get me a Billy Choo. A Billy Choo and Jimmy Choo. A choo. Yeah. I'm in my rapping era. I'm rapping after I take my nap. It's meant to be I'm rapping, I'm napping. I'm skedaddling over these words. I'm funny as fuck. What the fuck? Nobody told me. I mean, like, niggas used to laugh at my jokes, and I knew that they weren't laughing at me, but like, nobody told me still. I could have been doing comedy this whole time. I just find comedy so frightening. What do you mean? I'm speaking in front of a crowd, and I may fumble, stumble over my words, jumble. I do that all the time without an audience. How about with one? I'm not like, did you hear that? No, I'm not goofy. The fuck? I am goofy though. I'm too pretty to be single, aren't I? Yeah, that's me affirming. This thick, slim, thick queen with a body of locks on her head, heart earrings. I'm inviting, okay? But like, you have to send a proposal if you want to be my man, because I really don't like it when it's soft. Even though it tastes good, I'm just not used to it. So funny, guys. I have like 3 subscribers, 11 TikTok followers, but I know one day I'm gonna have like 1 million of each, you know, and more. And there's gonna be like videos being like funny moments of Spiwe, and this is gonna be one of them. What the fuck? And how crazy that is. It's not crazy to think of, because I know it's gonna happen, but it's just like, what the fuck? Anyway, gotta be a clean girl. A stinky girl. I'm a superhero. I came to save the world. The problem is, I see myself as an actor, a stripper, a politician, a president, a business owner. She's everything. A show owner. I want to own a show. The fuck? No, you're meant to focus on me. How narcissistic of me, I know, but I don't care. It's my life. Nah, I'm making another tea. This is not it. I don't know what happened. And I think I need to stop not trusting my body. My body's telling me there's something wrong with this tea. And I'm like, nah, there's something wrong with me. The fuck? See, that's self-doubt. That self-doubt is why people don't respect you. Because you can already see it and you're like, no, it's me. I'm the problem. No, you're not. The fuck? Sometimes you are, though. Just not when you feel something's wrong. Okay? What are you waiting for? The world's not going to change until you change. I'll tell you that for a fact. Like, the world around you is literally only a reflection of how you see yourself and how you treat yourself. Be kind to yourself. And, hey, bana, there's so much noise. You like attention, huh? Like yourself. Tell yourself that you like yourself. Tell yourself that you don't like people who don't like you, because what the fuck? And actually be honest about the people that you don't like. I find that a lot of people pleasers tend to think they like people that they don't fucking like. You hate that bitch because she's a bitch. And you're like, huh? And you still do everything for them. Don't worry, I ain't judging you. I've done the same. A gazillion of times. Fuck. I have to wash these dishes now. Because there's too many. Fuck. Anyway, come wash with me. I guess. Let me also stick this where it belongs. Guys, see, one thing about me, I don't like to clean up. I'm going to have a butler because there's just no way. However, if I want to have a butler, I first have to be clean. And always imagine a clean environment for myself, and imagine myself cleaning, you know, maybe imagine a butler cleaning for me. And then with time, because my subconscious mind is gonna make sure I get that. I'm gonna get it, okay? It's just that simple. It's that simple. We've overcomplicated life. Maybe because like me, you wanted to just understand the system, which is why I'm trying to teach you based on how I receive it in the simplest language possible, so that you don't think it's like some extreme, like you don't have to do maths, you know? Just imagine a good life for yourself. Like personally, right now, I'd like to imagine a bunch of showers around me that I don't even have to. I'd be like, Siri, open the tap. I want to bath. Open the hot water, making sure it is 36.7 degrees. Maybe that's not warm enough, or it's too hot. I'm not sure. That's not where the soap stays. But be like, okay, dishwashing liquid, pour it for me. Although I do like to be a functional person, like I said, I appreciate the fact that I understand. Not that I understand, but I appreciate sometimes like having no water like this, because it just teaches you like how things are done. Like the system is created in the way that we did things. Water comes from somewhere, you pick it up and you put it somewhere else so that you pour it. I don't know, I'm not making sense right now. I thought I was heading somewhere, but I'm not. I am really just waffling and rambling, but pure rambles is how I go, so it don't matter. You know what I think about often? About how like some people will think I'm a coon, because like my name is Spiwe, right? And in my language it's spelled Phiwe. Full name is Spiwe, Siphiwe. I used to go by Fiona until I moved to Ireland and realized that's where Fiona comes from. And everybody's using their like actual like names, like Quiver, Maeve. All of these names are like Irish. Siobhan, you know, although there were not that many Siobhans as you would expect. Anyway, these names, like Fiona as well, are Irish. And I was just like, it feels a bit fraudy to be using a name that doesn't come from my country. I mean, I feel like I manifested going to Ireland, because when I understood that my name comes from Ireland, I eventually moved there. So that was really nice. However, I learned to really appreciate like my culture. I learned to appreciate my name Piwe. My mom calls me Piwe, which is why I really like it. And she spells it Piwe instead of Phiwe. I do think that's part of her dyslexia. Yeah, because she be spelling names wrong. But I always found it so cute. And then when I went back to Swaziland, everybody started spelling my name Phiwe, even though they can clearly see on my social media it's Piwe. And it would piss me off. So I'm like, these niggas think I'm a coon. They think I don't know how to spell my name. Guys, I can spell Siswati better than half of y'all. Like, I can spell. But I really liked how my mom, because she didn't even just spell it Piwe. She pronounced it the way in my language it should be, which is Piwe. But the reason I said Piwe with Piwe is because being in Ireland, I knew that if I spell it Phiwe, most people wouldn't understand. And I've always wanted to grow my brand and make it like global. I'd already been to Kenya, and now I was in Ireland. And even Kenyans, when they hear it with PH, are gonna start spelling it Fiwe. And the famous I wanted to get was so big that I'm not going to be able to correct everybody. Do you know what I mean? Like when you see Fendi or Louis Vuitton or whatever crazy names exist, like Shein or whatever. See, we all have a hard time saying Shein or saying, some people say it in so many different ways, even Temu or Timu, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, hey, I want this to be global. If I say Fiwe, if I spell it P-H-I, people are going to start saying Fiwe. So, Piwe it is. So, you guys who think you know better than me, you don't. And I'm going to be famous. So, eat that up. Okay? Yeah. And then it was Rambles because even though my surname is Dlamini, D-L-A-M-I-N-I, I'd already lived in Kenya. And every time I said my name is Dlamini, they'd be like, Dlamini? And I'd be like, nah, nigga, it's Dlamini. And they'd be like, Dlamini? Eh, I said, to hell with these niggas. Rambles it is. Rambles because, one, I've traveled a lot. Because to ramble is to go about, like, just like keep moving, you know? But rambling is also to talk a lot. And growing up, I was always like called talkative. So I was like, hey, I think my granny is back. How do I create this to suit me. And so Pure Rambles, it was. I'll catch y'all later because she can't catch me.